y'all, it's Auntie Em. Welcome back to my show. Thanks for joining me. I just wanted to take a minute today and kind of introduce myself to you guys. I realized that I haven't formally done that. So let me take a minute and do that. My name is Amber. I go by Auntie Em because it's my favorite given name. My two nephews call me that, and I just love it. So I am 47 years old. I'm married, mother of 6. I have 3 biological and 3 stepchildren. Together we have 5 boys, and the oldest one is a girl, 28 all the way down to 13. We have a little, probably 1.5 acre homestead, if you will. We don't do a lot of farming. We have pigs, we have chickens, and I grow a garden every year. Last year, I grew enough potatoes in the garden to last me 9 months. This year, I grew enough potatoes to make 1 meal. So I'm going to put some extra energy in, hopefully this year, and see how close to self-sustaining on the food that we can actually get. So I'll be sharing that with you guys in my channel. I am a chef by trade. I have opened a few restaurants. I have helped many restaurants get up off of the floor. Whether it was opening them alongside the owners, coming in after it was open, helping kind of do a restaurant rescue and clean up. I have done that. I've worked in many different kitchen settings. I really enjoy it. I bake, I cook, from everything from scratch. I make jellies, and I'm learning. I'm still learning. The other day my jelly didn't set, so I tried to get it to set again yesterday. It didn't work, so we'll be trying that again. So those are a few things that I'll be sharing with you. My life on the farm, my life in the kitchen, and I hope that you'll enjoy that and enjoy me and keep coming back to see me. How did we get here? It has been a little bit of a journey from getting where we were working full-time jobs, didn't live on any kind of farm, to here where I don't work a full-time job, and my husband does not work a full-time job. We don't live in a city anymore, and we live in the country. We live on my family's 20 acres in the country is what we call it in Texas, the country. We don't live in the city, we live in the country. We have a pond. We used to have a little bit of a barn. It has since fallen down. We repurposed the materials on that. My mother lives on the top of the hill. My sister lives at the top of the drive. I live in the middle, and my little sister lives on the far side of the property. I'm the only one that does this kind of life. My little sister does have some chickens, but that's where it stops. So I am the first one in the family to kind of go back to the basics, since my great-grandfather was farming out here on this land all those years ago. So I hope that you will come with me and stick it out as we continue to clean up our little neck of this 20 acres. It was a disaster when we first got here. It has cleaned up nicely, but we're still working on getting it cleaned back up to where I want it to be, from me having to go back to work full-time to now that I'm not working full-time anymore. So how did we get here? Previous to COVID, let's go back there, 2019, we were living in Pottsboro up on Lake Texoma. I was running a restaurant. COVID shut everything down. I was home. My youngest son was home. I think he was 13 at the time. He was doing school online. I was working as much as I possibly could at home. Not really much you can do when you're a restaurant manager from home. Anyway, I was home. My husband was working. He had decided to take his motorcycle to work that day. My son and I were sitting in The garage, we heard the motorcycle. It never pulled up at the house. It was a horrible accident. My husband was in the hospital for 6 days. He was released. COVID was crazy. They weren't trying to keep anyone. Anyway, he has a traumatic brain injury. So at that time we were working, we had no close family. It was imperative that we come back home so we could have a support system. So we moved into an RV in the back of my husband's mother's yard. We were there. We had been traveling at that point. We had been in Pottsboro for 18 months. Previous to that, we were at another place for 365 days. Before that, 365 days in the mountains of New Mexico. It was great. We were traveling, we were working, life was great. Anyway, then this house opened up. It had been the family's rental house for years and years. When we got here, it needed a lot of work. So that's what we did. We just jumped in, the three of us. It was my husband and my youngest son and myself. We took out all the walls in the house. It needed it desperately. There was rat turds in every wall of the house. It was absolutely disgusting. Anyway, so we did that, and we just kind of alternately worked full-time jobs, keeping us afloat there for a little while. And that actually worked pretty darn well. So then he was working full-time. I was not working. I needed a car, so I went back to work part-time, very part-time. So I was working part-time, ended up having an accident, going to work somewhere else. This other job I was working at, I was working 60 hours a week, so everything fell into complete disarray. And that's right here where we are. In the midst of all of that, I was diagnosed with severe bone loss in my lower jaw, so I need dental implants. So I was working up to 70 hours a week at a time, trying to line my pocket hard and heavy with the money that I need for those implants. I still don't have it, but I don't have the job anymore either. So that's where we are right now, financially working. How did we get here? That's how we got here. It just life. Life is what got us here. That's my how, my what, my where, my when, my who. There it is, guys. That's who I am. That's how we got here. That's what I'm going to be doing. And I do hope that you will stick around for more of the Auntie Am show. Let me share my life with you, and hopefully we can enrich each other's lives. Thanks for joining me.